Hello everyone, Corn here, and welcome to my channel. I'm going to try this again. This is take 4 because my phone's been misbehaving. And it's the middle of the night, and let's see if we can get this done. We've tried 3 other times. One of the other times we got this made, and we're going to be working on just little pieces that you can put in your journal for extra journaling, extra writing. And this is 6x6 piece of paper, and if it's a small picture or an Instax picture, you can go like a picture here, writing, picture here, writing, you know, if you want, or all writing, whatever you like to do, the recipient would like to do. And then I stamped this, colored this with, I'll try these real quick, the Prisma color. I got these 75% off. They're fantastic. Did the fox in these, and then did behind it a copper metallic thread. These can go behind belly bands and tuck spots and pockets. And so we did them in blue one time, and we did them in the green one time. We're working on a baby journal. So let's see if we can do this tonight. Let's see what we can accomplish. So one of them is, I call it like a little bag. They would say a little pocket maybe, but one of these we're going to make. This that I just showed you. And I'm sure if you are old hat to journaling, you'll be like, I've been doing that for years, Corn. But if you're new to journaling, then maybe these are some things that you haven't seen before. None of these are original. These I saw on other channels. None of these are original to me. And then this. And these you can make, if you have a 12 by 12 piece of paper, you can make them really long, you know. So that's what we're going to be doing. And you can combine them, as we did in the blue one. And, well, it would be the same as doing like this, but I've already decorated that one with some fabric. But, you know, you can combine them like so. So let's put these over here and get started. So the first thing we're going to do is, to me, the most simple. And this is a 6x6 piece of paper. I will show you where I got this. I've had this paper pad for a while. I got this for 75% off. It's by Peebles, and it is paper. It is not cardstock. 6x6, and it has some great colors. And I do have gray is what we're working on now, and I do have gray in the journal, and I also have taupe in the journal. Aren't those great colors? And I love paper. My favorite use of paper is envelopes. Oh, I just love to make my envelopes out of paper. So unless your paper is directional, you know, if it's directional, then please be mindful. But otherwise, you know, like what I have to deal with, and you don't even have to do this. A lot of people that do these just eyeball it. But what I do, since it's a 6x6, I score it at 2. And then I score it at 4. And that's that. You know, it is very simple to do it like so. And sometimes if it's, yes, even with scoring, sometimes if it's not folding just right, you know, you can play with it, mess with it a little. And then the next, well, I guess the next one is the most simple because you just score it once. I mean, that's it. be this one. And all you do is you score it at a 1/2 inch. That's it. Because what's going to happen is you're going to attach this part, glue this part to your paper. Then what I do is, if I have cardstock, I go ahead and cut it here. But since I have the paper and it won't add a lot of bulk to the journal, what I do is just come as close as, close but not 100% to my fold here. And then what happens is you glue this to your paper, and then this folds out and then folds out again for either pictures, journaling, or both. And then I decorate the front. And I consider this the front of the one we just did, but I've also decorated this side too. And just whatever your preference is. And then I have already cut this in half to 3 inches, and on a lot of the other ones I have done, they're at 2.5. But since since I've done so, I don't usually do 3 or 4 of the same things except for tags in a journal, but it's like with this one, it's like, okay. I keep wanting to show what I'm doing because you all are so sweet to come along with me when I'm working on a project. This one again at 3 and at 4 I score. And you don't have to do that. You can do it like I said, any length you want, any width you want, if you want a teeny tiny one. And what's so wonderful is everybody puts their own spin on it, and that's what makes it great. And so after folding and folding, what I do to the top is I get my ends and just find my center, and it's a matter of trying to get that point there and try to match up my triangles here. Oh, that didn't. Oh, I see they're not matching up. Anyway, close as possible. So what you have looks like a little envelope. And you can go ahead and glue these down, and then the recipient wouldn't have the option of opening it like that and journaling there. But I've done that too. I've gone ahead and glued these down before, and they go, again, all of these go in your tuck spots, your belly bands, your pockets, and when they're in that keeps them closed. But you can also close them, like let's say you just want to glue the back directly onto your journal. Then in order to keep the top closed, what I did was just punched out a star that also it's a punch and embellish, and inked around it and put it up on foam, so that there you go. So yeah, this one I glued down. So you can also close it like that, or like you saw and that keeps it closed. Like you saw in the blue one. Or you can also put, this is a 1/2 inch strip of paper with some washi over it. You can also close it that way. And this one I didn't glue these down so that if she wanted to start writing there, she could. Or he could. The daddy could too. This baby has a cool daddy, by the way. So that's fantastic. So, and that, see how simple but at the same time so cute. And then decorate it any way you want. And then the last one that we're going to do with that, first off, I try to, you know, a lot of people just do it like this. They eyeball it. They know they have to glue the, what I call the seam, because I sew, like this. And then they just go ahead and fold it. I want it to be as neat as possible, so I can remember the last time I did this was yesterday. And I scored it at 1 5/8. The first one. And again, this is on a 6x6 piece of paper. And then I scored it at 1 1/2 on this side. Okay. Now, if you eyeball it, it goes a lot faster. And sometimes you'll see it's not perfectly straight here. Let me do this right so that I don't have to trim it. Sometimes I just go ahead and trim it. See how it doesn't want to match there? So we'll make it match. There we go. Close. I'll go ahead and trim it anyway, I think. Then what I know I'm going to do, the next step is you can, if you want a long one, is just to fold this up 1/4 inch. But I don't want it that long. So I'm going to go ahead and cut mine. Oh, let's see the top here. Let's make it a nice cut here. Excuse me. I'm going to go ahead and cut mine at 5 1/2. Maybe more since I've got so many made. Let's make a shorter one. Okay. And then what I'm going to do, see, they can, since they're at different widths, you can go like so or like so. And I'm going to go ahead, everybody else just eyeballs this. I don't eyeball centers, and I don't do straight lines, so so I'm not a good candidate for that. So what I do is I go ahead and mark the center. You don't have to do this either. I just think it makes it easier for the recipient, you know. And there's other ways too. There's other little punches you can use to make it fun, but this one works pretty well. So just go about halfway down. And then, again, we're going to go up. I say 1/2 inch, but that's more than 1/2 inch. A little more than 1/2 inch. So, fold that there. And then what you're going to do, and I know a lot of y'all have been doing this for years, but I haven't. I used to, in the beginning of paper crafting, I used to just buy these from Hobby Lobby or Tuesday morning. But this way, you know, you can make your own, which is gratifying to do that, and at the same time, you can also match whatever you're working on. And if you're into flat mail, these make a great way to send ephemera and little goodies to your friends and pen pals. So then you're going to go from this corner, out, and there's your little flap that's going to go up here. So normally I would ink around this, but I don't think so. This needs to be trimmed just a little tiny bit because I didn't cut it 100% correctly. Okay, and that way this will close easy, yeah. So I usually ink around this, ink around the back and everything, but for purposes of time, we will just go ahead and glue this down. I'm using Barely Art Craft glue, and I like using this with paper the best, and because it reminds me a whole lot of not art glitter glue, but it reminds me a lot of Eileen's tacky glue, but it doesn't get so thick. I stopped getting Eileen's because it would get so thick, you know. I didn't want that. Okay. And then just take your bottom of your envelope or your pocket or your little bag, whatever you're going to call it. Do the bottom. And there you got it. And then decorate any way you would like, with hearts, with stars. Probably do this one. With other pockets or, oh, now see, that's too wide because I was going the 2.5, so that's too wide to do on that one. But you could make a little pocket on the front of that. You could, or you know, you could just decorate it any way you'd like. So again, we've done this one, this, and open this one up and this together. And I'd like to thank you all so much for joining me, and I hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening. Bye-bye, everybody. Take good care.